Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Attitude 2 live at Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. We thank you for joining us here on our second Saturday night special and our second consecutive month of back-to-back events. Of course, we're coming back tomorrow afternoon for a special student showcase, but a lot of great action set to go down here tonight inside the asylum. Before we get into everything, at this time, will everyone please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. And just a brief disclaimer on behalf of the GWA before we get into the action. To all of our wonderful fans, due to COVID regulations, everything here tonight has been sanitized. Everyone has been temperature checked as well as cleared with additional checks done at the door. Hand sanitizer spray and wipes are located all around the GWA Asylum. Please keep your masks on at all times unless eating or drinking, and then we respectfully ask you to please place them back on. Once again, we are live on YouTube and Facebook. Tell all your friends, tell your family. If they're not here inside the asylum, they can watch you anywhere around the world all night long. We also have free wine and vodka samples from the ST Winery. That's here. Please check those out, of course, if you are of age. We now have food at our shows. Please see Mateo from Mamma Mia's at the portable kitchen outside. He has grilled chicken, fresh ground burgers, and meatball subs. Some great delights here for the GWA action. A 50-50 raffle. You can get half the money. The other half goes to the GWA Scholarship Fund. $1 per ticket or 25 tickets for $20. We will draw the winner at intermission. So you have about an hour or so to grab those tickets, and we will select a winner in just a short while. Our next show will be April Thunder. That will be Saturday night, April 25th. And the bell time will be 4 p.m. Tickets go on sale 8 o'clock Monday. We will also have reserved VIP seats available online only. And that's again 8 p.m. Monday. GWA merchandise is on sale here today. Get your GWA shirts and hats. Only $10. The second item, only $5. And hot sauce, only $2 a piece. Some great merchandise deals here tonight at GWA Attitude 2. And lastly, if you'd like to become a professional wrestler, contact Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum online or on the phone to set up an appointment. And maybe when we come to Attitude 3, you'll be here inside the ring instead of watching the action from your seat. And again, this is a double shot weekend. We have a show tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m., right back here in the Asylum. A special student showcase. March Roar tickets are available at the merchandise tables right now. So certainly go ahead and grab those throughout the night. And join us tomorrow for more GWA action. So Asylum, we have some big time action tonight. One half of the GWA Tag Team Champions, Steve Beck, he's in the house tonight. He will be in action. The GWA Florida Heavyweight Champion, Lakai, is here. And he's set to tangle with someone a little bit later on. We have some big time debuts. We have women's action. We have tag team action. Asylum, are we ready for our opening contest of Attitude 2? Let's get into the action. Ladies and gentlemen, your opening bout of GWA Attitude 2 live from Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum in Dania Beach, Florida is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, he is fighting out of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Weighing in at 206.6 pounds, he is the J General of the ring. The Mean Green Wrestling Machine, the Emerald Emperor of Professional Wrestling, making his GWA debut, ladies and gentlemen, Simon Says.
Cut the music. Disgruntled nobodies of Where are we? Dania Beach. What am I? Disgruntled nobodies. If you don't know, you should know. My name is Simon Says. And just like this guy here who looks like somebody poured his body into his shirt and he forgot to say when, since I pulled up to this building, I have been shown nothing but disrespect, and I will not stand for it. I pipe down when I'm talking, Fester. I am a world-class athlete. You stand up, you pull out your camera phones that you spent your welfare money on, and you snap a picture of the debut of Simon Says. But being the benevolent, charitable man that I am, I'm going to give you people a choice and an opportunity to rise above the ranks of mediocrity. When I say Simon, you don't say sucks, you say rules. Simon! Simon! Simon!
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, now residing in Clearwater, Florida, weighing in at 240 pounds, T.J. Baker.
Blake in what promises to be an action-packed card. TJ Baker making his return after debuting.
All right, cut the music. This is
Here we go
ridiculous.
again.
I drove hours to be here. This guy looks like he just crawled out of somebody's glove compartment. Listen, it's been established that if I wanted to, I could Billy Fives choke you out without even taking my robe off. That's right. My body is better, my hair is better, my linguistic orating abilities are better, but I'm gonna prove to you that I am the smartest guy in the room. Settle down, vermin. You ever played the game Simon Says? Do you speak English? Okay. Well, then let's play a game of Simon Says, shall we? And sure, all of you fans can participate. You look like you're in decent shape. Simon Says, why don't you do a couple jumping jacks?
Hell of a start here, Ron.
Come on. It's Simon. Come on. Jumping jack. Well, you want to lose in front of all these people who clapped so much for you, who booed me when I came out here? Jumping jack. Simon Says do them, or I win. Just ring the bell. Ron, Blake, come on.
Simon, look at you. Look at me. You're going to challenge me to do jumping jacks.
I'm challenging you to a mental challenge. Simon Says do the jumping jacks or raise my hand. All right. Simon Says, why don't you give these people a show and do a couple squats?
Actually, DJ says do some squats.
No, this isn't a game of DJ Says. This is a game of Simon Says. You and all your fancy Mickey Mouse tattoos and whoever the hell your grandma sewed your gear together for. Simon Says, do a couple squats.
All right.
Oh, no, none of that. All right. Good job. High five.
He passed the test.
Simon didn't say.
Whoa. He's paying attention, Blake.
All right, smart guy. And these people still clap for you. Simon Says, get me a referee out here. Now! Faster, ponytail! Final round. Simon Says, lay down in the middle of this ring and lay perfectly still for 3 seconds. Simon said, get ready.
He's trying to bait him
Can
in,
you
Ron.
count to 3?
Don't think the kid's going to take the bait that easy, do you?
3 seconds.
Well, hey.
All right, ref, Simon Says, get ready. Can you, 3 seconds.
TJ Baker, a relative newcomer here. He might not know what he's being set up for.
Been years since we've seen
Ring,
the
Simon
MLM
Says,
for-
ring the bell.
Nothing has changed whatsoever with this guy.
Simon Says making his GWA debut, and he could finish it off in record time here, Ron. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, turns him around.
Hold on a second.
Crucifix. 2. Oh. And Baker nearly steals the victory from Simon Says in the opening 30 seconds.
Hey, TJ was the one that was laying down the trap, and Simon fell right for it. Beautiful chop right across the chest, and another. Welcome back to Wrestling, Simon Says.
As TJ Baker lighting up Simon Says like a lamp here in our opening bout at GWA's Attitude 2.
TJ Baker, a graduate of the Black and Brave Academy, ran by WWE superstar Seth Rollins.
Former multiple-time WWE champion Seth Rollins opening a school a few years ago. TJ Baker, one of the standouts, and he's here in South Florida looking to take it to Simon Says.
The great equalizer going right for the eye.
And the veteran pulling one deep out of the playbook. And Ron, Simon Says, a guy that you and I have seen for many years inside the squared circle. He's taken about a 4-year hiatus. He's back in only his second match in quite some time. First in South Florida in many years, and he's looking to make a statement here tonight inside the asylum.
Oh, he's picking up right where he left off. Incredibly violent, mean streak this individual has, and you can tell not endearing himself to the fans whatsoever here in Dania Beach. Beautiful shot, firing a right and another.
Certainly not winning himself over many fans here inside the asylum. Irish whip by Baker, ducks underneath, and Baker picks him up, and the atomic drop for Simon Says.
And a big right hand in the kisser. And Simon, no!
That's going to be
didn't
it.
say that. He drops down. Here we go, Baker with the cover. And a 2.5.
TJ on his debut just last month. You want to talk about a rough couple nights. First taking on the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Cahagas, who nearly beat this young man to death. Hold on a second.
A little bit of a miscommunication there. Referee Jaden Jenkins collides with TJ Baker. Simon Says finds an opening. Slips it past the proverbial goalie right there, Ron. Off the ropes. Oh! And the Says Express. There's the lariat. 2 and 3.
What a victory for Simon Says on his debut here at the Asylum. This guy hasn't lost a step. TJ Baker. Kid has been impressive in his first few matches here in the GWA, but you want to talk about biting off a little bit more than you could chew. Listen to these fans.
And I'll tell you what, Ron, Simon Says makes his GWA debut. Doesn't win over many fans, but the important win.
And your winner, Simon. Simon.
I don't think they know the rules. I don't think they're following along too well, or maybe they just don't like Simon.
I don't think they're following many rules from Simon Says, but again, Ron, the J General of the Ring picks up the win, and he makes a very impactful debut here in the GWA.
You never know who's going to show up here at the Asylum. I know it sounds cliche, and I use that term a lot, but the last person I was expecting to see in this ring tonight was the Emerald Emperor. Simon Says he was running rampant in Central Florida. He was the ace, the kingpin of vintage pro wrestling. Had a hell of a run, but the injuries just piled up one after the other. And like you said, he's taken about 4 years off, come back stronger than ever, always intellectually has the advantage. But he looked damn good in the ring tonight, I'm going to tell you what.
He's certainly taken some time off inside the ring, Ron, but that mental prowess, that has stayed as sharp as ever, as you saw it on full display right there. For those of you watching on YouTube and Facebook, let's officially welcome you to GWA Attitude 2. Blake Chadwick alongside Ron Nemi. A stat card tonight, Ron, including a main event of epic proportions. No disqualification, one-on-one, Gangrel and Alex Chamberlain. This one's been bubbling for years, it seems, and it might come to a head here tonight.
Man, you talk about no love lost between two dangerous individuals. Gangrel, Alex Chamberlain, like you said, this has just been simmering and stewing in this pot tonight, man. I can't be held accountable for what goes on here. These people sign releases when they enter the Asylum tonight. You never know what's going to happen, but that main event's going to be crazy.
I'm going to head back in the ring. More action on its way here at Attitude 2.
All right, Asylum, how do we like that opening bout? How do we like Simon Says? A very interesting debut for Simon Says here in the GWA. Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum, would we like to see Simon Says return to Dania Beach? It sounds like the people have spoken, but let's keep our eyes peeled to see what comes down. You never know who could debut here in the Asylum. It's not a debut. He's been a staple all throughout 2020, now into 2021. Let's give it up for Biosuit Man. Always cleaning and sanitizing the ring to make sure it's as safe as possible for each and every athlete that steps foot inside the squared circle. And remember, our raffle is ongoing right now, $1 per ticket or 25 tickets for $20. Our drawing is an intermission. It's a 50-50 raffle, so you win half the prize, and the other half goes to the GWA Scholarship Fund. And also here today, it looks like we've got some other merchandise. For $30 in the back, you can pick up a copy of the Gangrel comic book. So if you're a big comic book fan, we have limited copies available, so go check those out before you step out the door, as the value of those could continue to rise and could be a nice piece to your collection. So we're ready for some more action. I'll tell you what, before we get into the action, I'm just looking around. It's great to see all these fans here back inside the Asylum, I'll tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, the following bout is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, he is fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 215 pounds, EVK. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, fighting out of Bulgaria, weighing in at 210 pounds, Meadow!
As the action rolls on here inside the GWA, Blake Chadwick alongside Ron Nemi. Once again, thank you to everyone for joining us live on Facebook and YouTube. The action continues hot and heavy here inside the Asylum. Ron, a great way to open things up. Simon Says making his debut, and certainly has a big reaction following it.
You think maybe he made a pretty big impression here tonight at the Asylum? These people are going to go home and they're going to be talking about that guy. Don't think it's going to be too favorably, but
Don't think he won over a ton of fans, but he certainly won over some haters here inside the GWA as he picks up his first win. But inside the ring now, EVK sporting a little bit of a different look since we last saw him against one of the up-and-coming students from Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum, Meadow.
very tough competitor, spends a hell of a lot of time in the gym, Meadow, but he's in there with EVK. This guy has proven he's going to do whatever it takes, including taking a shortcut here and there if that's what's required to get the victory. A win here tonight for either one of these men here in the Asylum would do a hell of a lot for him, sending him up those rankings. Both have clearly studied the tapes of the other, but what an opportunity here tonight. Nice arm drag.
As EVK is a man who's been established on this roster for quite some time. Still, a signature win has seemingly escaped him, and this would be a nice way to pick up some momentum for EVK and try to build towards something for the future. Here's Meadow with a lateral press, as senior official Randy Eller says it's only 2.
EVK, he's one of those guys, after the show, you remember him. He makes an impression, but like you said, he's just lacking that one big win to send him up the ladder.
And an STO right into the buckle there, Ron, and that's
nice.
a way to cut off the momentum of Meadow.
Making everything count. You see those sharp kicks right to the forehead. Sends him into the turnbuckle. Referee Randy Eller there right on top of the action as always. Consistent.
And with the release of the popular movie Coming to America 2, it almost shadows what Meadow brings to the table. He came to America about a year ago or so. This guy's ready to live the dream, and he wants to establish himself as a top-flight athlete and really become a standout here at the GWA. I don't think he's been moving along as quickly as he's expected. A win over EVK could thrust Meadow right into the thick of things as it relates to the GWA championship contention.
It really has taken some time for him to mature in the ring technically, but professional wrestling, this is something long-term. It's just, I mean, you're always learning, and some come along faster than others. But again, this guy, he makes up for his lack of technical ability so far by the hard work in the gym, cardiovascular conditioning, 24/7. This guy eats, sleeps, everything professional wrestling.
And the one thing I've noticed about Meadow that sets him apart, not just from some of the students in the GWA, but some of the other athletes we see inside this ring, his discipline is second to none. And I think if he just stays the course, keeps his nose to the grindstone, he's going to have a very bright future. Belly-to-belly suplex, and that only gets 2.
I've mentioned this before. After I had met this young man, I kind of chalk up the communication barrier that he has as far as a student receiving the training, it's got to be a lot more difficult for him. But again, makes up for it with raw athletic ability.
Almost like he's working double time in there.
Literally.
And there's EVK. Inverted atomic drop. And the short arm close. Oh, he snatches him right in. And pulls him in for that DDT. And Meadow at 2 7/8 Ron slips that left shoulder up. I thought that was it.
Well, that's as close as it gets, and I think EVK a little bit frustrated, but keeping his head on straight. The psychological part of this sport is just something that can really mess up a young competitor like EVK, but he's keeping that game plan, staying on his opponent. A little bit of wasted time there, gave Meadow a window, and he's firing away.
It looked like he was picking up the aggressiveness was EVK, but as you said, Ron, left a little bit of an opening for Meadow. And that crack, he just kicks the door wide open in a series of clotheslines by the youngster.
And listen to the crowd here getting behind Meadow. Reversal. EVK swinging a miss with that lariat. Right into a big scoop slam. Cover.
And a near fall there for Meadow.
Doesn't hook the leg, Blake.
And again, one of the rookie mistakes you see sometimes here, these student shows, these young guys, they have opportunities. Great opportunity for them, but sometimes they're still finding their footing while they're inside the ring.
And you can see the wear and tear of the training at the Asylum here on the body of EVK. Those legs, oh! Takes him up and over, big knee, finds its mark, and that's got to be it.
Catches him right in the jaw.
Oh.
And Ron, I really thought that was it.
Wow, he got every bit of that knee jaw. Clearly not a glass jaw on the part of Meadow.
And you can see the frustration setting in here for EVK, throwing those punches right to the midsection. Irish whip reversal to the far side. Buckle. Here comes Meadow. He folds him in half with the spear. He's been working on that spear each and every day in class, and it's going to be enough for the victory.
Big win for Meadow. And you see the difference. He gets that opportunity for the lateral press, and he hooks the leg, gets the 1, 2, 3. What a win!
As Meadow, for the very first time, Ron, picks up a win inside the Asylum. What a moment for Meadow.
Just one of many more to come as far as I'm concerned. This is just the beginning of this young man's career, but what a big victory.
And now we're going to head back into the ring as our correspondent Jackie's going to pick up a word with the victor.
Meadow, this is your first ever win here at the GWA.
What a moment for this kid.
Tell us, how are you feeling right now?
Daniel Beach, how you doing? Hey guys, thank you for the constant support that you're showing us, guys. That's the first out of many. Thank you so much, and thank Gangrel for the opportunity. Thank you, guys. And one more thing. Искам да кажа благодаря на всички хора, които ме подкрепят от България. Мачкай!
I could not agree with him more, Blake.
Sounded like right out of your mouth, Ron.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
What an opportunity here for Meadow as he capitalizes. Huge win for the youngster there. And I'll tell you what, with a heart of gold, works harder than just about everybody in the room. And that determination, that kind of momentum, you got to think 2021 could be a big year for Meadow.
Hey, how about a hot start here tonight, man? We're just like shot out of a cannon. We're only 2 matches in. I'm ready for the rest of the show. That main event's got me fired
no
up, man.
DQ, another chapter in the Alex Chamberlain Gangrel saga. And Ron, with what we've seen unfolding over the last couple of months, Chamberlain putting Gangrel on the shelf, adding another layer to this entire rivalry. Is tonight the final piece of the puzzle?
I think the one thing that I really worry about, I hate to be a homer, but Gangrel, he is the man, but that Damien Fenrir and that relationship with Alex Chamberlain, Gangrel's going to have eyes in the back of his head if he's going to hope to neutralize that threat.
That numbers game certainly could play a role throughout this one. Big country. He's been lingering, could even the odds at some point. It's like a powder keg ready to blow,
It
Ron.
really
and
is.
as you said, we're just getting started, only 2 matches in. And Ron, one thing you and I both love, that good old-fashioned tag team wrestling.
I love it.
And it's set to come down next, a big-time debut on both sides as the Luna brothers for the first time step into the ring against 2 crazy guys looking to make a name for themselves here tonight.
Well, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Dania Beach, are we ready for some tag team action? Sounds like we are. The following is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from parts unknown, the team of Ozzy Killmeister and from Miami, Florida, the team of Jason and Justin, the Luna Twins.
So we've seen the Lucero twins and now the Luna twins. The female side and now the male side coming out of the asylum. For the very first time, Jason and Justin Luna teaming together on Attitude 2. What a moment for these kids to really break out.
And they're both so popular with the GWA fans. We've seen these kids, singles competitors, tag team. Hell, if they had to referee, they did whatever it took to contribute to the asylum. And now we get to see the brothers as a tag team here tonight. This is exciting stuff.
And you see Justin Luna there in the black, red, and white, while Jason Luna in the black and white. They are twin brothers, but you can tell them apart slightly. But you still have to imagine, as many mind games as Killmeister and Beasley bring to the table, that twin magic could be a difference maker.
You know, I'm going to tell you, though, as far as, again, game planning and psychologically, why wouldn't they have the same gear? Why wouldn't they have the same hairstyle? Shave the sideburns so you match your brother. Confusion could be their best weapon as a tag team.
We've seen it work on many levels, many different times before. And maybe we'll see that throughout the evolution of the Luna Twins. Bell sounds, this one's underway. Tag team action here at Attitude 2. Referee Jaden Jenkins assigned to this contest. And it looks like it's going to be Justin Luna starting things out with Ozzy Killmeister.
Ozzy Killmeister, again, I've seen this competitor several times. Seen him recently in the Tampa Bay area and made a hell of an impression up there. Very violent. He can wrestle, but he's not afraid to fight, man, and he'll take it to the street.
And Ron, when you're not here at the GWA, I know a lot of the promotions and a lot of the wrestling you're around does involve violence. That seems it's right in the Beasley Ozzy Killmeister proverbial wheelhouse.
Well, these guys, again, we all know that technically they can go. They can take it to the mat. Both of them very adept at the submission aspect of the sport, but they're brawlers as far as I look at them. I see them and I think of teams in the past like the Southern Posse. They want to go in there and they just want to fight. Beautiful.
And on a national scale, teams like the Public Enemy, the Nasty Boys, they can really mix it up like those types of teams. And looking at the contrast of styles here, the Luna Twins, they've learned from Gangrel, Billy Fives, Jimmy Giannetti, the rest of the coaches here at the Asylum. They know technical wrestling, but when it comes down to it, everyone's got a game plan until you get punched in the mouth, and that's exactly what these two are looking to do to the Luna Twins.
And you talk about Gangrel's training, let's be honest. There was one of the most innovative and groundbreaking tag teams of the early 90s was the Blackhearts. You found very few as dangerous or athletically gifted teams. So to be able to learn from a coach like that, how great is it for the talent here in the GWA, specifically those looking to specialize in the tag team division?
And you can really see what each and every competitor is drawing from their coaches. There's just a nice double team maneuver with the drop toe hold and the elbow by the Luna Twins, as Justin Luna right now cinching in that side headlock, trying to wear down Ozzy Killmeister. Big time tag team contenders matchup here. as Steve Beck will come out a little bit later on. I know Beck set for singles competition with TC Reed not
What the
there.
hell's she doing?
Wait a minute, Nvidia pops up, and she pulls Luna head first back on the top rope, and Killmeister takes advantage with a lariat, only 2, but we talked about Nvidia being an X factor, and it's on full display right here in this matchup.
She wasted absolutely no time, but you see the cohesiveness between the team and Nvidia. Wasn't quite seeing that at first. She almost seemed like she kind of invited herself to ringside initially, but this is a well-oiled unit at this point.
You can see the strides this team has made. As Beasley with the double hand open palm chop right there in the corner as they're trying to isolate Justin Luna. And Beasley, a veteran of nearly 15 years here, and a guy that can really control the pace inside that ring. Off the ropes he goes, adding more to his unorthodox offense with the headbutt. Lateral press, doesn't hook the leg, but enough to get a near fall.
Tell me what you think. You've been around Beasley for many years, so have I. Seen him throughout the Southeast. Always seemed to be kind of one of those fun-loving family show type guys. Seems to me since he's thrown that concept out the window and shown what kind of a man and a fighter he is, his career has just taken off.
And I think you have to credit a lot of that to Nvidia. Ever since she's really been ringside, she's really given a boost to their attitude, and Beast, he might realize, hey, my time is now, and he's looking to seize the moment right here with Ozzy Killmeister. And right now, referee Jaden Jenkins trying to restrain Jason Luna as the double teams are on display. Here's a lateral press. Killmeister with the cover.
And Jason's got to know he can't fall for that bait. He was really hurting his brother in that situation there. The referee clearly distracted. And you can see here, Ozzy using every bit of that count all the way to the 4.
Driving the boots right to the back of the neck. And Nvidia once again choking away. And the referee, he needs to maintain control here.
Got to start wondering about an ejection at this point. The referee has got to be starting to think of it.
Restore some order in this one. There's a lateral press.
You know, if we were in a less physical like contest, like say maybe soccer, she'd have a red card now at this point.
You'd have to think at least a yellow would have been distributed. And if that second yellow comes out, she's out of here. So we'll see how that goes. I know right in the middle of March Madness, maybe that's a flagrant foul.
Look at the teamwork. Ozzy Killmeister and Beasley just cutting that ring in half. I know I use this cliche every single time, but reminiscent of the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, the Andersons, they cut the ring in half and they go to work. But listen, the crowd, the fans are just livid. They do not like what's going on in there at all.
You can draw the proverbial line right down the center of the ring as Beasley not allowing Justin Luna to tag in his brother Jason. And Ron, something everybody watching at home on YouTube and Facebook can relate to, and inside the asylum. Jason and Justin Luna have been doing this for their entire lives. This is their first time in an official situation. How much does that have to differ? The nerves have to be at an all-time high. Reverse neck breaker. And Justin's able to kick out.
Unsuspecting referee giving an assist to Beasley. Clearly not by design and not on purpose, but again, wasn't ready, and Beasley just jumped on the opportunity, and you could see he's now in firm control of this match.
And once again, doing a nice job of cutting that ring in half. And you can really see how this team has improved since the first time we saw them back in late 2020.
Killmeister with the sizable size advantage and making use of every bit of it. Big scoop slam right smack dab in the middle of the ring.
And Killmeister's a competitor here. Off the ropes he goes. Drops the leg. There's a cover. Doesn't hook the leg, only gets 2. Killmeister's a competitor that's always felt slighted, that he's never really gotten a real opportunity. Now here with Beasley, Nvidia at ringside, his time is now to get into a title picture.
Oh, and he's making that time count because they look fantastic here tonight. Wasting precious time, turning his back to his opponent, and he's paying the price.
He gives Justin Luna just a second, and that was about a second too long, Ron. And now Justin Luna out of the corner here, walks right into a backbreaker. Here's another cover, and Luna will hang on, but how much is left in this brother here?
He needed to make that right down the corner, make the tag, but you know, it's easier for me to say here, play armchair wrestler, but that was a quick opportunity to make the much needed tag, and he missed it. Killmeister just cut him off in his tracks.
With the official establishment of the Tag Team Championships back in November of 2020, teams have been lining up left and right. And there's a swinging back suplex by Ozzy Killmeister. Innovative offense right there to go along with his tag team partner Beasley. And now he's setting him up for something here, Ron.
Ozzy Killmeister signaling that he's going to the high rent district. What does he have in mind? Way too much time.
Goes for a triple jump. Looked like Whisper in the Wind. I don't know if that was the right move to go for right there, but both men are down here. Killmeister looking to tag in Beasley. Justin Luna crawling for the corner. Jason has the outstretched arm. The Luna brothers on the cusp of getting the fresh man in this matchup. Here we go. It's Jason Luna time. And Beasley back in as well. Two fresh men in this contest. Tag team contention hanging in the balance here at Attitude 2.
Jason Luna coming in, house of fire, big lariat, takes Killmeister off his feet.
And Beasley now, he's sent to the Luna corner. Luna, he's trying to figure out which way to go.
He better figure it out quick.
He goes after Killmeister. And the step-up knee to Beasley, he might have knocked him out. Wait, Nvidia's up, get her down from there. Come on, referee.
Luna just totally losing his train of thought. Don't know what the hell to do.
While the referee appears to be losing control as Nvidia inserting herself once again. Off the ropes goes Jason Luna into the outstretched arms of Beasley. And now Beasley, he's gonna ram Jason into Justin. He knocks Justin off the apron. And Ron, they call that the Wall of Death. And there's the exploder by Beasley. 2, 3, and they pick up the win.
Hell of a win for Ozzy Killmeister and Beasley with Nvidia. Very impressive. Tell you what, looking for big things from this tag team here in the GWA. You kind of get the feeling they're just getting started.
I'll tell you what, Ron, you want to try to pick it apart, you want to try to find an excuse. You'd be hard-pressed to find one right here. That was a dominant win for Killmeister and Beasley.
Oh, there's no need, as far as I'm concerned, for an immediate rematch. This team is ready to work its way. It's going to take time. It's going to take patience. But their goal is to get a shot at that GWA Tag Team Gold.
And as the tag team division continues to be established, Killmeister and Beasley now ascending that ladder, and sooner or later, another win or two. They could be in a big-time showdown with Steve Beck and TC Reed.
Guarantee Steve Beck and TC Reed, they're looking over their shoulders and they see what's coming, but there's so many tag teams that want that shot.
If I can just have a moment.
As Jackie's going to try to get a word with the victors here.
What a brutal match we all just witnessed. If you guys can please just let us know, what can we expect from Ozzy Killmeister and Beasley?
Expect mayhem! Mosh and mayhem! We're going to open the pit on everybody!
Well, Ron, we knew they were going to bring the violence, but now it looks like you're doing a little moshing and throwing some mayhem in there as well. An unpredictable duo. You throw Nvidia in the mix. Who knows what's coming next?
How about that wall of death finish? You want to talk about making a statement and sending a message straight to the top. Message received.
And I'll tell you what, when we see Jacob Fatu, Lance Anawai, the Samoans, when they come back in the mix, I'd love to see them try to
how exciting
go ahead and hit them there with that wall of death. But, Ron, we're just getting started here once again, not even at the halfway point. Coming up next, Damien Fenrir is in action. And you have to imagine, somewhere in the back of his mind is his buddy Alex Chamberlain, his showdown with Gangrel.
And we got to hope that he's not distracted, or if you're most of the fans here in the building, they do hope that he's distracted. Not a fan favorite, but Damien Fenrir, AEW has taken notice. This kid, as far as I'm concerned, blue chip prospect. We got him here. He's home at the GWA in the Asylum. This kid is a physical specimen and a true athlete.
A very bright future in front of Damien Fenrir. He will be in action coming up next. Ruthie J and Nvidia will be in women's action a little bit later on, looking to become a top contender for tomorrow's showdown between Kai Lynn King and Anna Diaz. That will be the third of 3 matches there between them. 2 out of 3 falls for the GWA Women's Championship. Steve Beck is here, and of course, our big no DQ main event.
Man, I am so excited. I know I keep on beating that dead horse, but Alex Chamberlain and Gangrel, you know I love the hardcore. You know I love the violence. I love the bloodshed, and I have a feeling deep down I'm going to see all of it tonight.
And let's head back to the ring. More action here at Attitude 2.
All right, GWA, what do we think of that tag team action? Very exciting to see ever since the establishment of the tag team championships back in November. The Dirty Blondes were the first champions, and now DC Reed and Steve Beck, your current GWA tag team champions. But as 2021 continues to roll on, I have to imagine teams will be coming from not just all over Florida, but all over the United States, looking for a piece of those GWA Tag Team Championships. Folks, we have one more match before intermission, so this is your last opportunity to buy raffle tickets. Remember, $1 a ticket or 25 tickets for $20 will be a 50-50 raffle. You get half the pot, and the other half goes to the GWA Scholarship Fund. And upcoming GWA shows, including tomorrow afternoon, right here inside the Asylum. And folks, I got word, coming down tomorrow, 2 out of 3 falls for the GWA Women's Championship. It will be Anna Diaz defending against Kai-Lin King. So if you want to grab your tickets and see us tomorrow, be sure to grab them now, because that will be an instant classic here inside the Asylum. Future tickets available as well over at the table, discounted merchandise, and some special merchandise as well. I mentioned that Gangrel comic book. A lot of great things going on. But Asylum, are we ready for some more action? GWA, it's Saturday night, it's Attitude 2. Are we ready for some more action? Ladies and gentlemen, the referee for the next bout, senior official, Randy Eller. Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum's Attitude 2 continues with the following bout set for 1 fall and a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, he is fighting out of Miami, Florida, weighing 226 pounds, Damien Fenrir. And his opponent, weighing 225 pounds of lean, mean wrestling machine, ladies and gentlemen, Moonshine Rex Calhoun.
have one of the most fun competitors in the GWA in Calhoun, and dare I say one of the least fun competitors in Damien Fenrir. Look at the disgust on the face of Damien. He looks like he doesn't believe this guy he doesn't even belong in the ring with Damien Fenrir as far as he's concerned.
Ironically, Calhoun has a lot more experience than Fenrir, years of it. But we'll see how this one shakes out. Calhoun, traditionally a tag team wrestler. And we've seen Fenrir in tag team action in recent months alongside his mentor, Alex Chamberlain.
Just a consummate professional athlete. You know, when he's one of those talents that, you know, as soon as I left and headed back to Tampa, I'm talking to people during the trip, and I say, you know, when somebody walks in the room and they just have it. They got that charisma. They got that star presence. It's just oozing out of them. You can feel it before you even see them.
That head-turning it factor, you can certainly say, whether you like him or not, Damien Fenrir has it.
Calhoun really getting under the skin and getting in the head of Damien Fenrir early here tonight. And you know what? I think that is a hell of an idea because you can see Fenrir really irritated and agitated at this point, letting the big man get under his skin.
And what would a win do here for Rex Calhoun? We know Damien Fenrir has been on a rocket ship up the ladder of the GWA, but a Rex Calhoun victory here, you have to imagine, I don't know if it's going to put him all the way down at the bottom, but it's certainly going to derail his momentum to a significant degree.
I think you might, you know, basically tap the brakes for Fenrir, but on the flip side of that, what does the victory do for Calhoun?
Certainly puts him right in the mix and adds another layer to the competition here in the GWA. And one thing about Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum, and Gangrel, a world traveler, he's trained wrestlers all over the United States, all over the world. You never know when one of his students can pop up and come into the asylum at any time.
West Coast, Las Vegas, Florida, all through Europe. Gangrel has been developing talents. Hell, back in the early 90s, him and Luna, they were in charge of the Malenko house at the Malenko Academy and helped groom talent such as the Shane brothers, Jet Jaguar, Jamie Noble, Chad Collier. The list goes on, and he's still doing it 20 years later here at the Asylum.
The who's who of the late 90s, early 2000s scene, especially here in the state of Florida. Gangrel had a big hand in developing those wrestlers, just like he's going to have a hand in developing the 2020 generation. As there's a step-up knee by Fenrir, creates a bit of separation now. Calhoun stunned inside the center of the ring, and Fenrir throws that shoulder right to the midsection, and once again, from the outside in, and that picture-perfect drop kick right to the kisser, Ron. This kid has it to the max.
How about the ups on Damien Fenrir? And here he had the opportunity for the pin, and he goes for the ground and pound. Just, I think, again, I mentioned earlier, I think he feels insulted that he's even put in this match, but what kind of disrespect is that on his part?
And there's
Hold
Calhoun
on.
trying to shock him, two. Randy Eller says it's only two. Oh, but look at Fenrir. Just explodes with that clothesline.
You know, I'm not recommending anybody cheat, but Calhoun really did have the opportunity to get those trunks. The referee was out of position, but he didn't take the shortcut. Tip of the hat as far as respect, but man, that win is a hell of a lot more important than respect as far as I'm concerned.
And we know Fenrir, with that athletic background, specifically on the yeah, we're saying plenty about you, don't worry. Specifically on the baseball diamond, you can really see how much more impactful his punches and his follow-through is, just simply with that athleticism.
Well, and you really got to question, again, the thought process. Damien Fenrir, we're just sitting here doing our jobs, and he's distracted, worried that we're not talking about him enough. How can we not be? It's his match.
Here's a cover, hooks the outside leg. Again, only two. And Ron, one thing that really stands out watching Damien Fenrir, he carries himself like he's been around for 20 years.
Oh, yeah. He carries himself like he's the locker room general, the ring leader. And you can't blame him. Again, this guy, I dare you to try to grab an ounce of fat off of this guy's body. He is in spectacular condition very early in his career, and he is getting attention worldwide. As soon as things open back up worldwide, guarantee this man. Oh!
And Calhoun, the high angle release,
wow.
German suplex, dubs Fenrir on the back of his neck. That could have been the opening moonshine needed. He's going to roll him over here. Tries to pull him to the center of the ring. Here's a cover. Oh, but as he goes to hook the leg, Fenrir, like a veteran, knowing where he is inside that squared circle, puts that foot on the bottom ropes and breaks up the pin.
And Moonshine Calhoun had the presence of mind to try to drag him into the middle of the ring, got him out of the way where he couldn't grab it with his hand, but still able to reach with the boot was Fenrir.
And
Big
Fenrir
jawbreaker.
drives that face right into his knees. And Ron, as we're talking here, one of the few guys that he can really talk the talk, but he also walks the walk.
Right, you can't, I mean, again, it's hard to get mad. How do you call it bragging when what he's saying is true 9 times out of 10? He's the real deal, and he knows he is.
Does the proverbial Babe Ruth point each and every time up and hits the home run regardless. Here we go, inside cradle. Moonshine, he's got him. Nearly pulls off the upset as Moonshine wrecks Calhoun. But Fenrir once again pops up. And Ron, just as we're on the cusp of the NFL Combine, it looks like he's putting on his own display right here.
Really, I mean, this guy's just holding his own public workout in there, and you're getting the best. This guy is a 5-star blue chip athlete. Just every single time, his conditioning improves every time you see him.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Lakai, who's considered pretty much the toughest guy in the locker room, yes, I still have eyes in the back of my head knowing there's going to be collision course sometime soon between these two before 2021 gets too far down the line.
And it's crazy watching their careers run parallel to each other, coming up in the business, really progressing at a just rapid rate. And again, the eyes of the world are on him, and we got him here in the asylum, and that title. Oh, hold on.
The proverbial Finley roll right there. Just into the corner. And I don't know if this hesitation's going to cost him, Ron.
Again, wasting time.
Goes for the moonsault, but lands on his feet. The athleticism on display once again. But Calhoun has him right where he wants him.
This guy
catches him with the elbow.
He's doing moonsaults and landing on his feet, but walking right into a sick lariat. Big back elbow. Are we going to see an upset here tonight, Blake?
Wrestling smart, not hard, is Rex Calhoun. Staying a step ahead of Damien Fenrir, showing off that veteran ringship.
Peppering him.
Indeed he is. Little do-si-do. Oh, blocked by Fenrir. But blocked by Calhoun. He's going to turn him around. Reverse neck breaker. He drops him down. Calhoun is down.
I think
Fenrir is down.
I think he's got him, Blake. He's just got to roll over, hook the leg,
Here
Calhoun.
we go, lateral press, 2. And Ron, after Randy Eller already hits 2, he then goes to hook the leg, and I believe that was just a bit too late.
He is just, I mean, stunned again. He has the upper hand. He has the advantage, but really trying to shake off the cobwebs, a little discombobulated. Not sure where he was, and possibly a missed opportunity, but the crowd is behind this man.
They're rallying behind Rex Calhoun as we're set to head to intermission right after this one. Still 3 huge matches left to come, but this one right now really standing out as Damien Fenrir had Calhoun where he wanted him, but the veteran has fought back. And Fenrir now,
like chopping down a big redwood tree. Damien Fenrir lighting him up with a beautiful knife edge chop right across the sternum. Is this going to be it?
As Fenrir has to remain focused, he's got him up. Look at this. That Fenrir fisherman, that high angle delayed fisherman suplex, and that'll be enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the bout, Damien Fenrir.
What a first half of the event here tonight. Did you happen to see if there was any oxygen at the concession stand? Because I'm completely gassed and I'm not the one in there competing with these athletes.
Wow, what a win for Damien Fenrir. And the proverbial, he came, he saw, he conquered. And from what I understand, Ron, when he arrived at the building today, he saw a different name next to him. And throughout the afternoon, that evolved into Moonshine Rex Calhoun. But Fenrir always staying ready, always staying sharp, and picks up another key win under his belt here in the GWA.
He's going to adapt to whatever situation he's put in. He walks away with another huge victory.
Damien,
Now Jackie's gonna try to get
an
a word
amazing match
with
we
Fenrir.
all just witnessed. The athleticism is just second to none. How do you prep for a match like this?
You can hold this for a second? Thank you.
What? Who in the hell wouldn't want to talk to Jackie?
Oh, come on. As if the win wasn't enough.
What
He's
a
going to
piece of
stiff
work.
our interviewer, Jackie.
Come on. Can I go talk to her instead?
I'd love to go talk to her.
I don't think
All
she
right,
wants to
ladies
talk
and
to me.
gentlemen, Damien, Fenrir, let's hear it.
Jackie doing a hell of a job, but Fenrir, come on, man. This guy's something else.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we are going to go ahead and take a 15-minute intermission. Remember, tickets are in the back. We will be having our raffle shortly. This is your last chance. Make sure you grab your tickets.
All right, Facebook, YouTube, we're going to take a brief break, but when we come back, Ron, Nvidia one-on-one with Ruthie J, two of the top rising stars in the women's division here in Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. Steve Beck is here, Lakai is here, and of course our main event.
All right, everybody, we got about 5 minutes left until we go ahead and do the raffle. 5 minutes left till the raffle, so go ahead and get your raffle tickets.
All right, GWA, it's time for our raffle drawing. Remember, 50-50 raffle. We want to thank each and every one of you that participated tonight. And the prize is officially $80. So the winner's going to take home $80. Mixing them around here. And Jimmy will unlock the box. Let's see what we got in here. I guess I'm going to be the official drawer. Mixing them around, not looking. In the interest of fairness here, no frozen envelopes. Let's see. Our winner, 0011402. 0011402. Do we have a winner? All right. Let's confirm that ticket. 0011402. We have the winner right here. And Jimmy will give you $80 in cold, hard cash. All right. So congratulations to our winner. And also, we want to say a big thank you to Lorraine Luna, who donates her time to run our merchandise table each and every event here. Let's give a big hand to Lorraine. And we're not just going to give Lorraine a big hand. We have a special gift for Lorraine. As Jimmy is going to go surprise her here. I'm going to go follow Jimmy. And let's go here honor Lorraine, one of the hard workers here at Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. And he's going to give her a gift card to the Quarter Deck here. One of our great sponsors of the GWA, a Quarter Deck gift card for Lorraine Luna. Give it up for one of our great volunteers here at Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. All right, GWA, are we ready for some more action? For the next bout, I'm going to turn things back over to my colleague, Jackie, as she's going to introduce this women's bout here at Attitude 2.
GWA, are we ready for some women's action?
I know I'm ready.
That's exactly what I was hoping for. The following is a women's match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from parts unknown, Nvidia.
As we want to officially welcome you fans back on YouTube and Facebook to GWA's Attitude 2. Blake Chadwick alongside Ron Nini. Ron, our first taste of women's action here tonight.
Ruthie J, one of the hottest up-and-comers here in the GWA. She is going to be here, but man, is she going to have her hands full with Nvidia. We've already saw here earlier tonight just how dangerous Nvidia has become. This promises to be one hell of a matchup.
Ruthie J made a big debut back in late 2020. But Nvidia, as you said, Ron, we've already felt her wrath tonight. Assisting Mosh and Mayhem, the team of Ozzy Killmeister and Beasley, with a big victory just a short while ago. And now, she's looking to pick up a win on her own. As Nvidia seems to be able to get it done outside and inside the ring.
Really becoming a multifaceted, dangerous weapon here in GWA in the tag team and the women's
And
division.
her opponent, residing in Miami, Florida, Ruthie J.
As here she comes, one of the top rising stars in the asylum. She suffered one loss thus far.
Gonna clean a crazy time this kid who gets her title shot. Once again tomorrow, 2 out of 3 falls against Anna Diaz. Ron, that's sure to be an instant classic.
What a great matchup that's going to be. And Ruthie doesn't have anything to hang her head up down on. A Violent King, you want to talk about a dangerous competitor. at the very top of women's professional wrestling. We got her here in the GWA, and I hate to sound like an AEW shill, but they know all too well about Kylan King as well. Kylan King becoming a mainstay on AEW Dark each and every Tuesday on YouTube, and looking to become, for the very first time, GWA Women's Champion tomorrow afternoon. Right back here in the Asylum. Ruthie J, Ron, her athleticism is well documented. She's done gymnastics in the past, has an illustrious background there. And we've seen her show off some submission wrestling as well, in addition to some high-flying action. The complete package is Ruthie J.
Really surprised me. This may sound ridiculous, but something as simple as a leapfrog, the height that she gets, and she's shown that with her dropkick ability as well. Just a total athlete, but the leg strength and the speed. And again, this is somebody, she doesn't ever have to go to her second win because she doesn't run out of her first.
Some amateur wrestling to start here. Hammerlock applied by Nvidia. After a takedown by Ruthie J. No points awarded here, of course. Nice reversal, single leg pickup by Ruthie J. Goes for the lateral press. Gets a quick 2. And goes right to the arm bar of Nvidia. Ruthie J has the side and speed advantage, but Ron, one thing you can never discount, that mental aspect of the game, which Nvidia dominates on all fronts.
She really does, but kind of offset that advantage. The fans here at the Asylum, they are 100% behind Ruthie J. They have been since her debut. They absolutely love her. They consider her, as they should, a homegrown talent. She is one of theirs, and they are firmly behind her. You hear it here tonight.
Ruthie J reverses that front chancery into an arm bar. Side headlock taken on by Nvidia. Irish whip here by Ruthie J. Off the ropes goes Nvidia. Look at the athleticism with the leapfrog. One more time back the other way by Ruthie J. High hip lock takeover. Down goes Nvidia, and she slithers to the floor. And it's the Ruthie J way right here inside the Asylum.
Nvidia looking for a timeout, and I've got to give credit where credit's due as well. Technically, Nvidia has really improved since the first time I saw her in the Asylum, but let's be honest, man. Has she gotten in over her head here tonight against Ruthie J?
As Nvidia starts to pick up the pace here, she tries to run away. Oh, as Ruthie J lands in a split position with that knee right between the eyes, Ron, she might have broken her nose.
Really dangerous spot that Ruthie J found herself in. Impossible to defend herself against that knee right to the face. Like you mentioned, I mean, that's something that could break a nose, break a jaw, at the very least knock you out and put you out of the match.
And we talked about the unorthodox offense earlier of Beasley. It seems like that's rubbing off a bit on Nvidia right here, as she's taking the punishment right to Ruthie J. Slams her face right to the mat. Lateral press only gets 2, says referee Jaden Jenkins.
Good to see Nvidia, though, having the presence of mind to hook that leg and now throwing a vicious right to the jaw. Ruthie J, who's firing back with some boots, but Nvidia cutting her off, and another right of her own.
I don't know if you want to get in a fight with Nvidia, Ron.
I don't think I want to get in a fight with Nvidia. Ruthie J, I think that would be good advice as well.
There's the snapmare by Nvidia, and picks her right back up. And another one right to Ruthie J, and then throws a kick square between the shoulder blades. Lateral press 2. And Ruthie J nearly put down for the 3 count by Nvidia.
Hey, how about this crowd here tonight, man? Just a beautiful night in South Florida. 70-something degrees outside. We're in here, got the AC on. Great atmosphere, great action, full house. So cool to see us allowed to bring in more fans with each event.
As the near capacity crowd on hand, seats were added late. Almost a 2019-like setup here inside the Asylum. Certainly the most fans we've seen since January of 2020. As Nvidia throws the knee right into the midsection, possibly knocking the wind out of Ruthie J. And now just choking her away here is Nvidia.
What's the reasoning for that? Nvidia faring just fine in this match, losing her patience, but again, she just snaps.
But I'll tell you what, Ron, she's a bit smarter than she appears because she's working within the confines of the rules, breaking it between 4 or 5 seconds. Nvidia seems to have her game plan working at a high level here.
Sometimes you got to wonder when it comes to the psychological warfare aspect of professional wrestling. When you're dealing with Nvidia, we know that she's unbalanced. We know that she can come unhinged. But how much of that is a little bit of show maybe? Something to suck in your opponent, to lay out traps to spring on them?
And Ron, sometimes in the professional wrestling business, we take a look at careers and try to find different markers and progressions. If you go back to late 2020, Nvidia, Ruthie J, they went one-on-one. Here we are in March of 2021. Where do you see both women's careers at this point from where they last hooked it up?
I mean, their careers can go nothing but straight up. The trajectory is north for both. The sky is the limit, and the opportunities presented to them as being members of the roster here in the GWA is unparalleled in the indie universe.
As Ruthie J taking down Nvidia with a series of clotheslines, and there's a drop kick. Downs the deranged one. And now Ruthie J has her in the corner there. Leaping clothesline. And sweeps the leg. And Ron, the athleticism, right back on display.
Oh my God.
And from the outside in, the double knees right to the mush.
That was nasty. This gotta be it too. Only a 2 count, just crushing the face of Nvidia is Ruthie J.
She seems a bit surprised that wasn't 3. Ruthie J off the ropes here. There's a big splash. 1, 2, and another near fall.
And she overextended a little bit on that splash, but then her knees come down right into the midsection of Nvidia. As far as I'm concerned, doing even further damage.
And you have to wonder, could she be setting her up for that Blue Jay? Her version of the last Chancery. Here he goes. Almost on cue, Ron. There it is.
You called
the Blue Jay. Could she end it by, oh, look at this. Well scouted by Nvidia. She picks her right up and then slams her right back down. Nvidia had that one right where she wanted it.
Did not see that coming at all. You want to talk about scouting your opponent. Vicious savate kick right to the side of the head. Ruthie J, she is in trouble.
She might be out like a light here. 2, oh. 2 3/4, Ron. If Nvidia won this bout, you'd have to consider at least a mild upset.
Wow, Nvidia really taking things to the next level, really hitting another gear that I have not seen her hit before. Looking fantastic in this match, and Ruthie J, quite frankly, in all kinds of trouble.
Nvidia trying to set her up here, possible reverse DDT on its way. Ruthie J comes right back the other way with a suplex. Nice counter by Ruthie J. And now Nvidia's down. Ron, Ruthie J. She's gonna head to the apron now. It looks like she's gonna go all the way upstairs. Keep your eyes on Ruthie J. It could be time for the Swan Splash. She nails it right in the center of the ring. 2, 3, Ruthie J wins it.
And your winner, Ruthie J!
What a statement win by Ruthie J. It looked like the victory was in peril, but she found an opening, went up top, and debuted the Swan Splash right here at Attitude 2 and picked up the win.
And what a fantastic match. Ruthie J and Nvidia are proving that they belong in that women's title picture. Huge win for Ruthie J, but Nvidia really impressive as well tonight.
Certainly have to take some victories out of that loss if you're Nvidia. And she's going to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out what's next for her. But Ruthie J, she's going to have a word with Jackie right now after that huge victory.
Ruthie J, we have seen you now for about 5-6 months here at the GWA, and what an impact you have made. Tell us, what's next on your journey? What's next on your site?
Well, this is only a snippet. I can tell you that. GWA, you're not ready for Ruthie J. I'm coming after the GWA Women's Champion.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's gonna be a long path ahead of me, but I'm ready. And whoever the champion is at that time, I hope they're ready too.
So I don't know if that's a shout out to Anna Diaz. I don't know if that's a shout out to Kylan King, because of course they're both hooking it up tomorrow in a 2 out of 3 falls for that GWA Women's Championship. But I'll tell you what, Ron, Ruthie J, she just put this women's division on notice.
You want to talk about making a statement. The victory in itself, very, very impressive. But how about the confidence? And very clear and eloquent on the mic of what her plans are. She has a career path that she plans on following. And whoever the women's champion is, when she gets that title shot, they better watch out.
The confidence exudes out of Ruthie J. You saw it right there. A huge victory for her in 2021 here at Attitude 2. Ron, a few matches left to go. We haven't seen any championships. But coming up next, Steve Beck, he's in the house. He's one half the GWA Tag Team Champions, and we're going to see what he has to say.
What a big night. Only 2 matches left, but I'm going to tell you what. They promised to deliver. I can't wait to see them. And that main event coming up, man. Only one more match.
What about that win for Ruthie J? One of the fast rising stars here inside the Asylum. And if you want to see more stars of the Asylum before they become big time household names, come on out tomorrow afternoon, March Roar 4. It's going to be at 4 p.m. bell time right back here in the Asylum. Please join us. I've already talked about 2 out of 3 falls GWA Women's Championship match. The champion, Anna Diaz, defending against Kai Lynn King. And that's coming down tomorrow afternoon, plus much, much more. All of the stars that GWA, you never know who could debut, who could show up here in the Asylum. Talked about March Roar 4 coming up, but what about our next event, April Thunder 4? That's coming up April 25th with a bell time of 4 p.m. That's a Sunday afternoon. Tickets will go on sale this Monday at 8 p.m. We will also offer VIP reserved ringside seats online only. Check it out Monday, 8 p.m., GWAFlorida.com, as well as GWA Florida on all forms of social media. Well, GWA, we've had a lot of great action thus far, but we have not seen any champions yet here tonight. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one half of the GWA Tag Team Champions, Steve Beck!
Now, unfortunately, tonight, my tag team partner, TC Reed, had prior engagements. That's okay, but that's okay. We still got one half of the GWA Tag Team Champions right here. So tonight, I'm here, I'm in full gear, and I'm ready to wrestle. So I'm issuing an open challenge to anybody in the back who thinks they can take on Steve.
Let's get it.
Dark clouds come in. Too late to start running. So you can lose that umbrella. It ain't gonna do nothing. Dark clouds come in. Too late to start running. So you can lose that umbrella. It ain't gonna do nothing.
Fellas. My issue challenge was to one person and one person only. I appreciate the confidence that you have in me, but I will only take on one of the dark clouds. So which one's it gonna be?
Only one dark cloud. I hate Florida.
Steve Beck finding himself in one hell of a predicament here.
Well, Ron, this is certainly not what we anticipated and transpiring right here.
I thought you and Randy were ready to step up for a minute there.
I saw championship gold. I almost pounced.
God,
Oh, wait a second here. Come on now. The Dark Clouds are jumping Steve Beck. Randy Eller, he needs some reinforcements out here.
I know that one.
We certainly know that music. The two-time GWA Florida Heavyweight Champion. That's the sound of Lakai. But where is he, Ron? There he is.
Here he comes.
Shovel in hand. To get bundles. Eric Darkstorm. They're feeling it right here.
Rocking and rolling in the Asylum. Impromptu tag match.
Lakai dubs bundles. Darkstorm, he's gonna join him on the outside. And Lakai taking care of business with the Dark Clouds. Here at Attitude 2.
Hey, dream tag team, dare I say? Steve Beck and Lakai, but look at these animals. Dark Clouds at ringside. Little shocked, I think they just planned on beating the life out of Steve Beck, but not quite how it worked out.
So Steve Beck issues an open challenge. Both members of the Dark Clouds come out here. Lakai makes the save. Wait a minute here.
Tomorrow.
So the Dark Clouds here laying out a challenge, if I understand correctly, Ron. If they win this bout here right now, they get a title shot at March Roar 4 tomorrow afternoon?
That's why I got you here. I totally misheard that, but I didn't know you could just come in and make your own demands. But when you're the Dark Clouds, I guess you can.
As there's about to be a Dark Cloud over this tag team division. If Steve Beck and Lakai can't pick up the victory.
Listen to the fans here in the Asylum. Rocking and rolling.
It's almost the anti-Simon Says.
It really is. They're on fire. Bundles. You want to talk about a dangerous competitor, but this team, the Dark Clouds, first time I got to see them compete was not all that long ago right here in the Asylum, and I was just blown away. Not only at the athleticism, but the tenacity for just sheer unadulterated violence. But look who they're standing across the ring against now.
Probably the most intimidating man in the GWA locker room. He's gone toe-to-toe with the likes of Chamberlain, Gangrel, Cahagas. He doesn't back down from anyone, does Lakai. And there's a shoulder tackle. Down goes to Get Bundles. And Steve Beck, he's tagged right in. And Beck, he's in the high red district here. Lakai, there's a scoop slam. And there's Beck. And we're going to take it. A little modified rocket launcher.
Shades of the Fantastics here in South Florida. Man, Lakai coming out on fire, and Steve Beck, I'd say he had an ace up his sleeve. I don't think this was exactly planned.
This one broke down and somehow ended up even odds, as it looked like the Dark Clouds were really going to dominate Steve Beck and put the tag team champion in a serious state of peril. As they get bundles right now, and Eric Darkstorm trying to make some moves here, as Randy Eller trying to restore some order, but Steve Beck with a big takedown. And Lakai rarely leaves his feet. There's a drop kick. The Dark Clouds are on the outside, and for a makeshift team, these two dudes with attitudes are really rocking here in the Asylum.
It is electric here in the Asylum. If it wasn't already crazy enough, my buddy Blake gets in a Dudes with Attitudes reference. Things just get better as the night gets later. I love it. Steve Beck, man, you want to talk about a guy just coming into his own.
And you got to think, Steve Beck, Lakai, TC Reed, they don't necessarily all hang out together, but they have that champion's respect for one another. And that's exactly why Lakai came to the aid of Steve Beck. Lakai's been here tonight. No official title match on paper, but he's ready for a fight always, and that's why he's a defending champion here in the GWA.
And you talk about that championship respect. I mean, it's basically an opposites attract situation here with Steve and Lakai. But these guys looking like they've been teaming up for years, coming in here just setting the Asylum on fire, and the Dark Clouds are just hot. These guys already, I think they wake up upset every day. Now they are just wound up, and they've got a point to prove. Oh, pull of the hair. Bundles just throwing the body of Beck to the canvas, backs him into the corner, and lights him up.
As the Dark Clouds here, determined to earn that tag team title match tomorrow. And you have to wonder here, where is TC Reed tonight? Is his absence possibly at the hands of the Dark Clouds?
Can you imagine the guilt TC Reed would be feeling if it wasn't for Lakai coming out for the save? Because the Dark Clouds were just, hold on, only a one count.
Cocky cover there by Darkstorm, only gets a near fall. But you have to imagine here, Ron, a victory over this makeshift team is almost equally or more impressive than just defeating the tag team champions, considering Lakai is sitting right next to him. There's looks like a modified snowplow and a near fall for the Dark Clouds once again. These guys hitting the roads, coming from New York, looking to make a real statement here in the Asylum.
This has just been a hell of a night so far here at the Gangrel Wrestling Asylum. I mean, just amazing. Every time you think you might be able to catch your wind and get a little break, it just gets hotter, it gets heavier as the night progresses. And we haven't even got to the main event yet, where Alex Chamberlain will face his brutal, bloody rival in Gangrel.
We're still snacking on the appetizer, salad and bread, Ron. That main course still about to come out. It's about to sizzle on our plate. No DQ, Alex Chamberlain, Gangrel. It's gonna be big time action here in the Asylum.
Kind of get that little bit of a good luck following that feeling when you're watching this tag team two count.
I'll tell you what, that's the third or fourth near fall for the Dark Clouds in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
You know, Bundles on his appearance and his attitude really reminds me of a young Devon Dudley. But as far as I'm concerned, watching what I see very early in his career, but he may end up even more dangerous than one of the greatest tag team wrestlers in history in Devon. Oh,
Bundles.
yes. Oh, ho, ho.
That slingshot senton by Darkstorm. After that almost modified coffin drop by Bundles.
Man, the teamwork on the Dark Clouds just, I mean, you want to talk about a well-oiled machine. These two just kicking in on all cylinders.
And some of the offensive moves they pulled out, you would not expect from men of their stature.
Absolutely not.
They can really move in there. Oh, wait a minute, Randy Eller almost gets in the crossfire. And there's a European uppercut by Darkstorm, right to Bundles. Drops him throat first across that top rope with the jawbreaker. Russian leg sweep. Look at this series of offense, Ron.
This could be it.
Drops the bomb from the middle turnbuckle. Here we go, 2. And 2.5. I thought we were about to see new #1 contenders.
How about that rapid fire offense of Dark Clouds? You got Bundles and Eric Darkstorm literally flying from pillar to post. Randy Eller, this guy just tries to pick a corner for safety's sake. Beck, crossbody,
and
cover.
Steve Beck off that middle turnbuckle.
My God.
Excellent ring awareness by one half of the GWA Tag Team Champions, the ultimate underdog, Steve Beck. There's the tag in a Darkstorm. And Beck, oh! Ron, he was about 6'10" inches away from getting Lakai back in this one, and Eric Darkstorm put a quick stop to it.
Lakai has had just about enough. Randy Eller, how the hell? I mean, can you imagine trying? Beautiful suplex. But Eller's trying to get the dangerous Lakai, who once again, I would say he's taking the bait, but how do you not fight back at this point?
As Lakai, a bit more ticked off, the shirt comes off.
Oh my God, like a shotgun blast echoing throughout this beautiful facility. Steve Beck, his chest, his flesh, it's rising, it's red, it's blistered, and Darkstorm still firing away.
The Dark Clouds really making a statement here tonight. Beck tries to go back to the well one more time. Darkstorm had it scouted. Sunset flip by Beck. And 2 3/4.
My God. Feel like I need to make the tag. You want to talk about the action, just hot, heavy, and relentless.
How much does Steve Beck have left in the tank here, Ron? He's been in the match over 5 minutes at this point. And those seconds really slow down at this juncture.
We've seen Steve Beck so many times in the past. This guy, he doesn't know the word quit. He will keep going and going like the Energizer Bunny. He just doesn't stop.
And Beck tries to create a bit of separation right there, executes the jawbreaker. Could that be the opening he needs to get Lakai back in this matchup?
This crowd is going to explode if he can just make that tag.
The Asylum reaching out the proverbial hand, trying to make the tag. Oh no! And Lakai just misses. Oh, Beck pushes off Darkstorm. Second effort by Beck.
Yes!
Here comes Lakai. The champ is in.
Look at this.
The GWA Florida Heavyweight Champion is in the matchup. The Irish Whip. He sends Bundles to the Darkstorm. The double clothesline in the near corner. Lakai, belly-to-belly suplex. Down goes Bundles. There's a cover. He might have wasted time. As Darkstorm makes the cover and run, all 4 men are in the ring. Katie bar the door. We got a Pier Sixer here in the Asylum.
So much for Beck taking that much-deserved breather. All 4 men brawling. Referee Randy Eller letting them have their way, giving them a little breathing room as far as throwing that rule book out the window. But Bundles, he's in trouble.
The Dark Clouds collide. Lakai leaps up, drops the elbow. And Steve Beck begging for a tag. He has a second wind here. Lakai has Bundles up, turns him around and drops him with that belly-to-back Uranagi. And Beck, he's all the way upstairs. Here we go. Look at this
Oh, no!
As Darkstorm kicks the leg of Lakai, and Beck drops nearly 10 feet all the way crashing to the mat. Lakai, he goes all the way over the top, nearly lands in the first row.
This is a huge opportunity right now for Dark Clouds. They have to capitalize. Beck is in no man's land all by himself.
And Darkstorm is down, but Bundles does the deal right there, who drops him with the Falcon's Arrow, and the Dark Clouds win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match and #1 contenders for the GWA Tag Team Championships, the Dark Clouds.
What an insane impromptu tag match here in the semi-main event. And you want to talk about wild. My God, we have new #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championship in the GWA and the Dark Clouds. I'm going to tell you what, man, who's going to stop this team?
An impressive showing by DeGette Bundles and Eric Darkstorm here tonight, winning this matchup, knocking off the modified team of Steve Beck.
You heard him, Blake. Guaranteeing tomorrow you'll be looking at new GWA Tag Team Champions. The Dark Clouds has shot across the bow. And tomorrow sounded to me like he guaranteed a victory.
I don't know if we're in a situation where TC Reed is able to watch the YouTube or Facebook live feed, but whenever he gets that call or text message, he's got a huge day in front of him tomorrow, one that he was not expecting.
Doesn't matter where TC Reed is, he'll be back here and he will be ready. But you got to wonder about Steve Beck after the punishment he took here tonight. Is he going to be in the condition required to defend those tag team titles?
Certainly has a grueling bout tonight, Ron, physically, but you have to think mentally. Being pinned 1, 2, 3 in the center of the ring by the new #1 contenders, that has to play into it tomorrow. We're right in the middle of March Madness, Ron. We might be looking at an upset special tomorrow afternoon.
Very possible. Steve Beck, one of the most loved competitors here in the GWA, and when his partner TC Reed comes back tomorrow to defend those tag team titles, you know they're going to show up at the top of their game. But if I'm a betting man, those Dark Clouds look like new tag champs to me.
So, Ron, last opportunity to call your friends and family. Tune in, GWA Florida on Facebook and YouTube right now because it's main event time.
I'm ready, man.
It's all come down to this. Chamberlain, Gangrel, no DQ. Something has got to give here at Attitude 2.
So, ladies and gentlemen, after that victory, the Dark Clouds again are now the #1 contenders for the GWA Tag Team Championships. And tomorrow afternoon, it will be Steve Beck and TC Reed taking on the Dark Clouds for the titles. We having a good time so far tonight? How do we like our Saturday night specials here in the Asylum? Another great event here, and this is our last match coming up in just a few minutes. So remember, March Roar 4 coming up tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m. bell time. Already talked about the tag title match. We know 2 out of 3 falls. Thank you, newsman. So spring ahead, according to our Mr. George Jobs tomorrow. But don't forget, tag titles on the line, GWA Women's Championship on the line, 2 out of 3 falls, Anna Diaz, Kylan King. It all goes down tomorrow afternoon. And again, coming up April 25th, our next event. Tickets go on sale this coming Monday at 8 p.m. And before we get out of here, just one more shout out for the man, Bio Suit Man. When everything officially returns to normal, he will, of course, be the signature of this era here in the GWA. All right, Asylum. Are we ready for the main event? Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. Are we ready for the main event of the evening? Ladies and gentlemen, the following is your Attitude 2 main event of the evening. It will have no time limit and no disqualifications. Introducing first, he is fighting out of Miami, Florida, weighing in at 240 pounds, Alex Chamberlain.
Cut the music. All right, smooth brains. The real wrestler is now in the house. I, for one, have a bone to pick with how this match was set up tonight because I think it's absolute horseshit that I got cheated out of my shot against Lakai when I had him dead to rights in this very ring no more than a month ago. I should absolutely, without a doubt, be the reigning and defending champion of the GWA right now. And what do? They put me in a no disqualification with a guy I've beaten more than any other wrestler I've ever faced in my entire 18-year career. So Gangrel, if you want to headbutt a brick wall night in after night out, then why don't you find that smooth little gap between your leg that you call balls, get in here, and let me whip your ass.
Ladies and gentlemen, and his opponent, fighting out of Santa Cruz, California, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Vampire Warrior. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gangrel!
Yo, what were you thinking? Stepping into the realm of the deadly, sinister, Vampire Warrior. I'ma bust that buster, hush that hustler. Sock all you suckers, leave you flunks in a fluster. Punch till you buster, crunch till you crushed up. Rock with the ruckus, leave you mashed up, you muster. Lost your mind, now you hanging and clanging for your life. When I strike,
it's a big fight field. It's Dania Beach.
No man can be handling the Vampire Warrior who's banging and banging. I'ma crush, I'ma strike with a venom.
No disqualifications. Another chapter in the epic saga between Gangrel and Chamberlain. Ron, this was well documented all over the Pacific Northwest, the West Coast, South Florida, Mid-Atlantic. It's gone all over the place, and it's coming back right here inside Gangrel's house.
Gotta wonder if Chamberlain has really played into the hand of Gangrel with all these stipulations, basically taking the rule book, ripping it up, lighting it on fire, and throwing it into the ocean. Alex Chamberlain, clearly a man to be reckoned with, but Gangrel, internationally known as one of the most dangerous wrestlers of the last 25 years. We are going to see a brawl here tonight.
And if you go back about 6 weeks ago or so, Ron, Gangrel put on the shelf for a little over a month, had to have surgery due to the hands of Alex Chamberlain and Damien Fenrir.
Let's be honest, Chamberlain wasn't looking for victories. He was looking to end the career.
Oh! Wait, what is on his hand? Those brass knuckles? Chamberlain's got some sort of foreign object. What the hell is that,
and
Ron?
He's already busted Gangrel wide open. What does he have?
This might be a new record here. Randy Eller's going to need to make sure that Gangrel can even compete. That might be excessive blood loss by the Vampire Warrior.
I have never seen this side of Alex Chamberlain. We know how dangerous he is. We know he does not care about the well-being whatsoever of Gangrel, but kicks him square in the face.
As Chamberlain and Gangrel battling on the floor here, as Gangrel struggling to find his footing, that blood getting into his eyes, mixing with the sweat, that's gonna burn for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes.
As the late, great Gordon Soley would say, Gangrel already wearing that crimson mask, and we've just got started in this main event. Randy Eller putting on the protective gloves. He sees, oh my God.
As there's a clothesline on the concrete floor, Ron, there's no padding or protection out there. Absolutely nothing to protect the body of Gangrel.
The back and spine of Gangrel just splattering all over the floor. Now Chamberlain rearranging some furniture and using that chair to just punish.
And remember, folks, this is completely legal. No disqualifications in this matchup. And as this one spills all around the asylum, Ron and I are going to do our best to call the action. But Ron, who knows where this one might end up?
Referee Randy Eller. I can't think of a better referee to be assigned this match, but you want to talk about drawing the short straw. My God, Randy Eller.
Randy Eller's refereed World Championship cage matches between Randy Savage and Ric Flair on worldwide pay-per-view. He's called the biggest of the big. And here we go, the two premier men in the GWA that don't have a championship right now. And Gangrel and Chamberlain, oh, right into that wall.
Everything that is not nailed down, and probably things that are nailed down here in the asylum, can be used as weapons.
As they're working their way there, it looks like almost towards the audio booth. They need to be careful, as there's a lot of expensive equipment over there.
They don't care. The last thing they're thinking about is the value of the value of the equipment here. And I'm going to tell you what, they may make their way to the outside where truthfully dangerous. I mean, anything can happen out there. That incredible concession area we got, but all kinds of hot surfaces, all kinds of tables, everything you could use, but you see Gangrel.
Gangrel's fighting back here as he has a chair of his own right to the midsection of Chamberlain. That's a plastic chair, Ron, but that could certainly do some damage to those ribs.
Absolutely, and you've seen him smashing the chair over the back of Alex Chamberlain. And now they're, oh, for God's sake, don't spill the alcohol. Things are getting out of control here, Blake.
Free wine and beer shots and
oh my God,
liquor shots here all night long.
That's alcohol abuse if I've ever seen it. Alex Chamberlain.
As the crowd on their feet here, standing room only at this point.
Chamberlain has absolutely no idea where he is, but yet it's Gangrel.
They're over by the merchandise here.
You see the blood just pouring into the eyes of Gangrel. Vision has got to be impaired at this point, but he's just going by instinct.
Ron, I know we're not in Tupelo, but it looks like we have our own concession stand brawl here.
Gangrel just taking him on a little tour of the asylum. Alex Chamberlain.
As this is a relatively new facility, and Alex Chamberlain getting the VIP tour. As Gangrel here, back by the ringside area, firing up this crowd. As you can see that crimson mask really starting to fill in. As Ron, within 10 seconds to this bout, Chamberlain had opened up Gangrel with some sort of foreign object.
It almost looked like the Asiatic spike. Or the Oriental tool made famous by the likes of Kevin Sullivan and even Abuda Dean for years in South Florida.
I'd say the Abuda Dean's been having some health issues in recent months, hasn't been here at the asylum, but maybe he became a part of this match for all we know.
Very possible, maybe lending that golden spike for Alex Chamberlain, but look at the blood just profusely pouring from the head of Gangrel, who appears to be in all kinds of trouble.
Where's Chamberlain going now? Oh, no.
No.
He's got a chain. Where did that come from?
Look at referee Randy Eller closely checking that cut. Gangrel told him absolutely not. Do not stop the match.
Randy Eller needs to utilize his veteran discretion here as to whether Gangrel should continue or not.
Can you think of a better way of spending a Saturday night than in beautiful South Florida, watching Alex Chamberlain and Gangrel in the asylum in a bloody massacre? And I'm getting the feeling that this one is nowhere near done. I could watch this all night long.
As Chamberlain once again, right between the eyes with that chain, that has to open up Gangrel even more. As Gangrel here on the comeback trail. The Irish whip here by Chamberlain reversed. And that elbow collides with the jaw of the Vampire Warrior. Puts him right down. Chamberlain, the lateral press, hooks that outside leg. Ron, is that enough?
You know, I know we're supposed to be impartial, Blake, but how don't you get behind the legendary Gangrel in a match like this? The pride that he takes in the asylum, in his students, formerly even with the likes of Alex Chamberlain. But these two are as opposite as friends as you will find.
As Chamberlain here, raking at the face of Gangrel. And remember, folks, everything legal in this one, no disqualifications. As Chamberlain goes for the drop kick, but Gangrel holds on. Ron, when you've competed against someone so many times, you know what's coming next. It's almost instinct.
And I don't feel that Chamberlain really telegraphed either. It's like you said, Gangrel just going by instinct. Listen to this crowd here at the asylum. This is the house that Gangrel built.
The Irish whip into that near side buckler. Chamberlain puts up his foot, but Gangrel with that explosive power slam out of the corner.
Oh!
As he tried to muscle him down, but Chamberlain, all 240 pounds of Alex Chamberlain's able to muscle out.
I understand now, seeing the condition of Gangrel this late in the match, why Alex Chamberlain attacked him so early on.
Oh! And Gangrel, what a counter there. Drives him face first into the mat. 2. And Gangrel, another near fall. but you can feel the Vampire Warrior here, Ron, really feeding off of this crowd. The more noise they make, the more energy he's able to infuse into this matchup.
And I really believe when you talk again of Gangrel, the Vampire Warrior, he's motivated, he's energized by that blood loss.
Turns him inside out. Oh, he's going for that side Russian leg sweep. But Chamberlain, conversely, he has that well scouted. There's the go behind standing switch. But the mule kick, again, completely legal. And Chamberlain nearly decapitates Gangrel with that lariat. That should be all. Here we go. 2. Oh, but Gangrel. And Ron, you want to talk instincts. It seems like Gangrel almost just rolled over, and that shoulder getting up was enough to stay alive.
But what about that nonchalant cover by Alex Chamberlain in there with one of the best that professional wrestling has to offer? Show respect.
What's he doing here? He's signaling to the back.
Come on!
Damien Fenrir is out.
God, we knew this. We knew that this...
Fenrir with 2 chairs. Come on, but this is legal, Ron. There's no DQ. Oh! Gangrel very familiar with the concerto. He ducks underneath as Chamberlain and Fenrir collide. There's the clothesline. Down goes Fenrir. He's neutralized. Gangrel, impaler, right on the chairs.
That's gotta be it.
Do it. 1, 2, 3 does it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the bout, the Vampire Warrior,
All I can say is, wow! What a war here in the main event tonight at the Asylum.
Ron, rarely do we hype up matches and they live up to their billing. But Alex Chamberlain and Gangrel brought it all and even more here at our Attitude 2 main event.
Man, they left it all right in the middle of that ring, and sure enough, Damien Fenrir interjecting himself in the match, and quite frankly, it exploded in the face of Chamberlain and Fenrir, and we see also GWA and checking in on Gangrel. And the Vampire Warrior picks up the victory. And Ron, what an emotional win for him coming off that surgery and exacting a measure of revenge against his all-time rival. Gangrel may not have won every one of the battles, but he surely won the war. Alex Chamberlain and Damien Fenrir, they tried to end the career of Gangrel, and they learned what it's like. Paybacks are hell. And when you're dealing with the likes of the man himself, the Vampire Warrior, you got yourself into a serious situation, and Alex Chamberlain is going to learn to regret those decisions.
So Attitude 2 officially in the books, Ron. What a great way to start with the game of Simon Says, all the way to the finish.
We're just getting started. We got another one tomorrow.
We do. I'm going to sign off here inside the Asylum, and I'll come back, and we'll wrap things up here at Attitude.
All right, GWA, what do we think of that no DQ brawl? A huge win for the Vampire Warrior Gangrel, exacting a measure of revenge over his longtime rival, Alex Chamberlain. We hope you had a great night tonight here at Attitude 2. We saw some debuts, we saw some big-time matchups, and we saw a big-time war between Chamberlain and Gangrel. We hope each and every one of you can join us back here tomorrow, 4 p.m. March, Roar 4. We know the tag titles are on the line. Steve Beck and TC Reed defending against the Dark Clouds. And of course, 2 out of 3 falls. Anna Diaz defends that GWA Women's Championship against the Queen of Crazy, Kai Lynn King. All that plus much, much more. It's coming down tomorrow. On behalf of the GWA, thank you for joining us here at Attitude 2. We'll see you in April 25th, Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. for our next event here in the Asylum. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of the night. And we'll see you once again in April and tomorrow inside the Asylum.